Bloodmoon Island. Wrap up. Got a lot of experience from this. Right, there's pretty much the 3 balls left. Some random enemies. I forgot to test the goddamn armor recovery potions again. I suppose the fight was serious enough that I didn't feel like testing anything. Okay, there was a chest inside. Level 1 magical dagger. Holy shit. Right. Vaults. The vault fights are serious. I don't feel like testing anything in there, those either. I need to find some sort of an opponent that isn't
so many dead.
Part of the vault fights. Doesn't particularly matter what type. I'm not too interested in the body parts though. Not sure why I'm bothering including them. Barrel Fun. Slime and Bone has its uses. Intestines have their uses. I might have actually quite a lot of body parts. Components for necromancy scrolls. Infect scrolls would be very useful. Like useful right now and not just at some point. Any shadow essence essence. Okay, can I use the weaker shadow essences, please? Other useful intestines would be the chemical warfare grenades, which I don't know if it's all that good of a use. I'd rather have these scrolls. But find the intestines somewhere. Seriously. Meat. There's at least a group of weaker demons somewhere near the shore.
Odd old thing, isn't it?
So we need to produce some rods. At least 2. I seem to recall the rods working in a weird way, silver rods. Like if you had 2 in your inventory, it used up both of them at the same time. We would have to craft one. No, we can craft both rods, but just in case, one of them probably should be dropped to the ground. A lot of poison material here. We've been here. Here's an enemy. Multiple ones. Water and earth resistance high. That's a fairly good use for us. Not even sure we need to change spells for that. Looks like he's burning. Fire resistance. Right. First things first, we'll test the goddamn defensive potions.
Abominations.
Gonna load no matter what. I just need to get some damage, see how the hell it works. Then go invisible or something and see if the recovery stays. To me it seems like extremely powerful if it stays. Too powerful. But who the hell knows, there are powerful potions in the game after all. Right, go with magic armor restoration, 600 points. Our magic armor is 2449. So what is the point of the duration for turns? Because I'm not getting extra magical armor at all, so it's extra, right? It's like temporary hit points. That's what it is. So those extra points will disappear into nothingness after those 5 turns if they're not attacked through during that time. So it's a temporary buffer. Right, the turn for practical purposes, but turn duration for practical purposes is irrelevant. 5 turns in a fight like this is basically an eternity. Might consider grouping the corpses. Lowering the enemy there and then anyone within this area will basically die. You can add maybe a corpse or two extra there. You can only detonate them once, so I'd be somewhat careful. Extra corpses there too. Any chance I could just throw them there? Much better to start fighting that way. Right, we'll throw the other corpse somewhere there. Don't have to be right in the middle of them. But there's 5 enemies and they're not exactly terrible, so I feel like I'm saving a lot of trouble doing it this way. I will not need to get closer with the rest, I feel. Might risk getting into a fight, but it's not exactly gonna be the end result anyway. We've already improved the opening situation somewhat. Alright, if I could get one of the corpses there to appear there and there, a nice and wonderful little spread. Oh shit. How close do I have to go? Probably somewhere there. Okay. I think I made some teleportation scrolls, but I just want to remove this so I don't get horribly murdered. So nick blood here. What damage does bleeding even do? 80 to 84, not enough to kill it. Well, there are some extra corpses here now. Piece of cake.
Black ring. Was it the death fog that got them? Or something?
The spirit of a black...
You're not one of those. They did me and some orders. One of
Harvest ice for grenades. Sovereign's Orb. Make a healing grenade. High quality life. Random crap. Teeth. Random crap. Supernova. 600 points of fire damage. Holy shit. Compared to something like a fireball. Almost just half that. Reverse axe. Yeah, I was afraid of this. And to find someone who we can sell this crap to before we continue. Otherwise I'm gonna have to struggle with carry weight constantly. I suppose I could just dump the equipment on the lady, though. 85,000 gold. I'll dump all the new loot there. Granted, some of it could genuinely be useful and better than what we currently have. We can also make do without this, so... we might want to go and talk about things a little bit. We are right next to the waypoint after all, and I need one of the quests requires me to go to the ship and talk things over with Tarquin. This is a good opportunity to do that.
Second time's a charm? Or have I asked too much of you?
The object quivers as Tarquin nears it.
Oh, very good. This, my friend, is the key.
He holds out his hand, expectantly.
Lovely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must work.
Tarquin turns away.
Level 12 item. Minus 12 takes the one that has most value. Code of Conjuring. We also report to Jahan now. Not sure that order really matters too much. I mean, which order we do these things in. I think this was one of the only unfinished vaults.
This vault looks unfinished. Was it never used?
It's an interesting idea. Teach the player how the vaults are, without actually revealing them any of the individual vaults beforehand. Let's take another look at it with spirit vision. There's only one that's really sort of weird to me out of these possessions, how it's gonna work. It's the one where you get possessed, basically. Every time the demon gets enough damage, it possesses someone. Well, how does it work when there's only one guy there? Am I supposed to kill it so fast that it doesn't have that opportunity? Or do I have some sort of immunity to it? Does it simply not try to attempt it or something? There's the strong will potion. I can't really think of anything else. Charm, terrified, silence, blinded, curse, tainted, sleeping, mad, but possession is not any of those things. So that's a big goddamn question mark right there. You, my friends. They're all bunched up nice and tight. Like I like them.
What's that smell?
Something delicious. Watch it. But not for you, for Master.
No notable resistances. Guys are so fucked. Map of Bloodmoon Island. Handkerchief is it's a scroll item too. Well, probably nothing too useful or anything. But it's one of those that's a rare component. Yeah, pressure spike. High quality air. Right. Not particularly amazing. But it's a it is cheap as hell of an attack spell and does decent amount of damage. It's like 1 point and does a couple of hundred points of
Looking
damage.
closer, you notice the statue's clerical garb, so similar to that worn by the ghostly priests bonded. The flames still burn. Nothing happens. The hymn twice winged keep from
I think this is a fairly straightforward battle. This possessed guy. So we should have no trouble here.
This must be one of those vaults.
Must be.
the spirit of a.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. I watch the. You must leave. The gate is locked forever. The lock is broken. The key.
Okay. How to make a new key?
The lever part of the lock mechanisms. From stone to dust. From stone to dust.
I watch the gate. I watch the gate. Who goes there? You must leave. The gate.
Right. Let's do these one at a time. I leave a teleportation pyramid in the forge area. We can easily go back and forth as needed. Or at least save half the trip. Still have 2, right? 3. Even better.
The great forge is black.
1 is left in the lumberyard.
Excellent! We can use this shaft to open one of the vault doors.
Yes, you can.
The lever part of the lock.
I watch the gate. I watch the gate. Who goes? You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do not let it speak. Do not let it speak to you. No. You must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will stick. No. No. You are one of it. You must be chained. You must be chained. You must be chained. You must.
So I guess I'm not getting through here.
A presence accosts you. You cannot see it, yet know it is there. It is in front of you, then you hear its whispers. The master must teach you, so that you may become a master in turn. And
Brother Robert.
From stone to dust, from...
You must be chained.
Then I shall teach your final lesson.
Good one. Almost died with a single turn. What exactly can you do? Decent resistances against everything but water. Guess I'm not dodging too many spells here. Any notable vulnerabilities anywhere else? Not really. Poison, air would still work. He's not immune to fire and things like that though, no, he's just resistant. So it's not actually gonna protect him all that much. About 50,000 XP. Garbage, that's what we got. Well, whatever. This was one of the most easiest and straightforward. Just fight. Also easiest to die without having a chance to do anything. Archers are so high initiative. Ooh. Are you picking a fight with me? Doggy. Hello, doggy. Might as well suck his soul too. It's a good easy way to end these fights anyway. Ooh. Not him though. Not that it made much of a difference then. This is the big troublesome one. I don't have a plan for this. I don't know how I'm gonna do enough damage. Maybe status effects could be the one. So basically, he can't ever escape the status effects once we start piling them up on him.
The chains bind their captive.
What's this? This is the one that reacts to pain.
The trembling spirit.
What are you doing here? What do you want? You mustn't linger. One must not mean harm to do it.
His hand.
As a priest, I planned, so I lie. Better one soul damned than two. It's the silver shaft that's missing. This demon, if you've the... We broke the lever for the door when we locked him in.
Can I take a look at him now? No. Well, I can sort of. But this isn't it. He's gonna escape the body. So I have no idea how the demon actually has resistances and all that. Right.
The great forge is black. The lever part of the...
Where the hell did the lever go? This is the exact same shit that happened last time. It just isn't exist. It disappeared the moment we tried to activate this. But we have extra silver, so that's not really a concern.
The great forge is black.
But definitely want to save if I try it another time. So I feel like there's probably some sort of bug there. It uses up the lever you have when you try to use it for the first time. I'll try to combine it with something rather. Okay, save. Can't afford to do it another time.
The lever part of the lock mechanism.
Now I have two of them. Where the fuck was the first? Never mind. Must have been blind or something.
You should go from here. This is no place for the living, for the... My vigil is eternal. It won't cease until I'm convinced. As the lever's fixed, you could... Perhaps you could extract him. But you'd have to be able to contain him, defeat him, once he'd been... I don't think so. No, I won't end my vigil.
How am I going to do enough damage to him? Well, what's done is done. Let's go. So until we actually have to properly fight him. This could be a lot of trouble. There's an autosave at the start of this battle though. I'll probably have to return to that. Physical defenses are pretty weak, magic defense is massive. It's a good mage. It's about the size of it. I cannot do significant amount of physical damage, not really. But I sort of can. Okay, he got automatically knocked down when we start to do health damage. I can't just climb down. You're gonna get up. Yeah. I need more physical damage. I'm gonna do the infect him. No, not infection. Decaying touch and heal. That's probably a decent combination.
This is almost over.
Maybe we need to let him get up. He seems to have thresholds, which when we go over, he gets knocked out. There's no point staying down here anymore, though. So I have to be somewhat careful with what happens next. I'm putting strong will on my character. It could be a waste of a potion, but I hardly care. It will also save my life, so it's worth it. Worth the risk. With my defenses up. And might as well go with the blood. I mean, if we're going to use necromancy spells anyway, that's what get them for cheap. Right, now it's fairly crucial how this goes. We absolutely need to do enough damage that this phase of the fight ends now. How the hell is it out of sight? There's some pitiful cloud there. Get rid of it. No. How the hell do I get rid of it? Don't. Just wasting my abilities. It's in the perfect spot, I guess. I should have more or less just moved. We have a lot of abilities that can get rid of those clouds. I'm not sure I have them now. More importantly, I've spent a lot of points already doing nothing. So this is not a good time for us to even knock him down. I also wish I could fucking see. How the hell does he see me but I can't see him? Bullshit, man. I'm not sure what to do with him. The only thing we can do is too much weight. At least at this point, I've spent so many of my points that I can't do much else. He sort of looked like he might have tried something. Hard to say. I'm gonna wait. Let me stand up. Likely going to... No. The bleeding... bleeding might kill him. Many buffs up as I can. There's no escape for him now. He doesn't look that bad. I mean, he has resistances, but they're in all the wrong place as far as our abilities are concerned. I mean, he's fucked. So, much easier tasks with the single guy than with the group. Although we also knew the trouble was coming, so we didn't want to just spam him with attack. We wanted to take him out immediately. And I did make precautions about various protection abilities, so it's hard to say. Still, pretty much a gigantic waste of my time, more or less. I think encounters might be interesting, but that's more or less all that they are. They don't offer all that much in any easy manner. Not treasure, not too much experience. Still, no, they're not that troublesome tasks either, so I don't see a reason why I shouldn't do them.
The blazing blue flame seems to burn your finger. The hymn winged key from stone.
Should be the little girl. I don't think there is a fight here. Okay.
The spirit of a young...
Did my order send you? To cure the child? We can find her. She has no family that we know of. All her cell is... Are you sure you can help her? What are you going to do? My brothers were but nobody else is coming.
The spirit...
I knew you had good... Take good care of her.
The priest has scried the demon's lies.
Buttons.
The undead cat arches its back and hisses. The undead cat.
So we're just gonna have to attack those. Probably I can attack at least with something else. What about toys? My cat isn't taking damage from this. I think I'll settle for the oil. That way I won't be harming anyone. Is there anything else here? That's a no.
The undead cat.
Okay, if you attack, I can handle it.
The undead cat. The undead cat arches its back and.
Go away. Where the hell do I need to point to jump there? Okay, Mr. Buttons.
The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes in the deepest black of the girl's Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly.
Persuasion attempts.
The girl's hand goes completely limp in yours. The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open. The girl's hand is limp and unresponsive. In the deepest black of the girl's pupils, something moves. A gossamer tendril, fleeing deeper inside her like an under...
So I can't do shit. No
The
other
young girl lies
conversation
silent in the
options.
deepest black. The girl's hand.
Maybe we can try the other options with the mask.
Something has changed. You look to your fingers. The young girl lies silent in the deepest black. Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly. The
At
girl's
least
hand.
3.
The young girl lies silent in the deepest. Her fingers seem to grip you ever. The girl's grip tightens. A flush of color.
Well, at least it worked, so that's something. I don't understand the persuasion. It seems like there's like 1 in 3 options is usually something like you don't really need persuasion to make it work. Maybe not all, but that's how it sort of seems to me.
I hope it's take care of her.
It sort of undermines the usefulness of persuasion, though. Drastically so. Because if you know the options beforehand, it's totally pointless. Right. I seem to recall there was some sort of buried treasure here somewhere. A skeletal cat. It's there. Has to be here.
What's this? I found something.
But then coins. Well, I didn't say it was some kind of great treasure. Any more enemies? Yes. The shitty demons. I don't want to approach them from this direction, I'll just lose all the elevation advantage I might have. Some corpses. Ooh, they moved first. Our initiative is starting to come into bite us in the ass. $37. It's dropped a few points again. Yeah, this is bad. Right, it's not too bad though. Sort of want to see if they might want to come after me. I'm gonna go on the defensive for now and buff. Hopefully I can lure at least a couple of them here and then I can use the corpse explosion to detonate things. Living on the edge. Death immunity. Still, that's 3 enemies there. You can always jump away and go invisible, something along those lines. Thousand points of shields just gone in seconds. I could get... It's no good. I'll have to go invisible here no matter what, but I might be able to transfer things a little bit before we do that. But I'm definitely going invisible on this turn. Hopefully that'll keep. I need to more or less wait the resist death out. By delay, I'll get 2 turns in a row. I'm not sure if I need to rely on any of the corpses to do anything. Still. Ah, they're all diseased. Wonderful. There should be a new corpse here now. Oh. Excellent. What to do with the rest of you? You sort of suck. I noticed that. Dead. He's gonna jump at me and hit me, or not, whatever. Devour corpse. Okay, did not expect that. Interesting. Not that it'll make any difference, but still. I can see new things. Can I even detonate them? I think I need an extra point. Alternatively, use a scroll, I guess. Right, not bad. And we're halfway to level 17. So, 500,000 experience points needed.
The spirit of a black. She turns and shouts to.
Go, find the druid. We need to find out what he knows.
She turns back and cleaves.
Do we have anything worthwhile to do anymore? We need to report to Jahan at the very least. But other than that, I don't really think so. Nothing worth mentioning at least. I mean, there's a good probability I've missed something small. But small doesn't really matter. It was key that we get to level 16 while we're in this act still. The next act is, if we want it to be at least, very short. There's maybe a couple of larger opponents or fights we can do, but they have to be quite big on the that the enemy has a lot of troops and defenses, otherwise we can end them in a heartbeat. I'm not sure if I want to go around the next stage just slaughtering everything. There's a lot of fighting if you do that. On the other hand, it might be the fastest way, ironically.
The Howler.
The spirit cocks his head and covers his ears.
The Ancestor Tree. The screams. A druid. There are too few of us. Well, I can't say where its entrance lay.
Where the hell is the backpack? A bucket. Broken loot. Outhouse. Bonnet. Right. That's pretty much a wrap. We have 86,000 gold. I'm inclined to buy another set of source orbs. I know we get them occasionally as loot, but there's at least a handful of scrolls I feel like a must have, and then they require source orbs, so now might be a good time to buy them. Because we're gonna get new loot the moment we move to another act. And we certainly have use for any extra orbs too, so it's not like I'm gonna have to store them if we get them. And I prefer it to be this way in general, where we run out of orbs rather than hoard and never use. Right, I think we're gonna meet with Jahan. We'll keep the one. I'm not sure what the hell am I gonna do with the merchants. I don't want to just slaughter them for the sake of killing them. At the same time, they're very hard to steal from either. So maybe we'll just go with them, see if they can sell anything interesting, and leave them at that. Here be cows. Can't talk to cows. I could kill them, but what the hell would be the point? Uh, 522,000 needed for another level up.
Maybe the river should be crossed on that.
How fares the hunt, my friend?
Haven't really used Flay skin scrolls. Not sure what this would be. I guess technically polymorph. So it doesn't get discounts. So it'll always cost 3 action points to drop the enemy resistances in half. It's really hard to see what type of situation this would be good in. Basically, if we had 2 turns in a row and we could manage to lower resistances and then pummel it with something. But I usually think just throwing extra spells would be more useful. It just costs too much. Right, any new spells? There's a There's a 3rd source spell now. Might be a new normal spell too. Last rites. Yeah. 2 new normal spells and 1 extra source spell has popped up. Silencing Stare. It's fairly cheap. Silences all enemies within the cone and does magic armor damage. Not bad at all. I'll buy it. I can use it occasionally, maybe. Possibly. Totems I'll never use. Resurrection is naturally I'm never gonna use. I wonder if you can use this on something other than an ally. It says ally, but take about 1000 points of piercing damage, resurrect the target with maximum vitality. So could it be used as a way to attack undead? That's what I'm asking. We don't need one, we have a cheaper and more effective way to do it already, so that sort of neutralizes the idea as a impractical one, but not sure if it would work. It would be a fairly initiative, intelligence, dodge, one-handed wand with a rune slot. Would be much more preferable to the current piece of crap we have. Yeah, there are a couple of divine items, so we might consider an upgrade. Level 16 items. Don't I have a helmet? Usually it compares to the item you're equipped with. We can buy this from Jahan later on.
He smiles brightly.
You've done me. I know how, but you know the nature of my whole life.
He waves a hand to the cage in demonstration.
The very through demise, a chance of den letter.
Jahan's then. Silence.
That is all. You are very powerful.
He hands you a book, hot to the touch. A sparkle
Near
with
Demon
source.
Skillbook.
My pleasure. You see, you might say... Now, don't you? One thing I would like you to do for me, though, is to return through the mist.
Jahan looks at you utterly flabbergasted.
A drama leak. Thank you. Go. You must go. Please accept this.
At Koshel, wrong type of armor, but it has nice abilities. War to Eternity, don't care. Belt, it's the wrong type. All the belts are terrible. Wrong type of helmet, but it has 5 skill points that we could use. And I think that's probably the most important aspect we want to focus on. I mean, physical armor is nice, but magical armor is sort of irrelevant. Not entirely, sort of. Physical armor to the less extent so, but still sort of so. So I think I'll take the Prodigy helmet. Could be worthless, but it could have its uses. Is he gonna leave?
The city of Arcs awaits. I think I'll catch myself an archdemon come
Sure you will.
Lucian's day.
Okay, we were for God's sakes, I forgot to look at the helmet situation. I don't have a helmet. Seriously. My attribute must have dropped at some point, maybe. Did I trade it away? No. Maybe I accidentally misclicked it. No. What we need to do now is basically check the gear we already have. We might not have any need to upgrade certain things. So what we're gonna do is get to the Lady Vengeance, put on our identification and trading gear, and leave things at that. Identify the craft. Ooh, you're here. But we have to go through a lot of shopkeepers, if for nothing else to buy the skills that have new just appeared.
Told you I would, didn't I?
Alien. Right, alien is the new thing. Any significant thing that requires alien? I think orbs are still more useful. Still more rare. But there are a couple. Ooh, yes, I need a... Give me an alien air. Because I can make the deep freeze skill book out of that. One alien air. We might be able to buy it at some point, but we can also buy source orbs. This is to guarantee that I can get
I'll
deep
start
freeze
hunting that
spell.
down right away. Don't wait up.
Identification loot. Let's be good enough the items we found here. Only interesting stuff that I can sell right now. We can worry about crafting after everything else is done. We do have the soul forged items that we still need to get rid of, report the success on them. Maybe kill the magisters. I don't know what to do with them, but still we might want to solve it one way or another. Might as well auto-sort this. The newest items are not necessarily the unidentified items anymore. We'll take a closer look at to what we actually have once we're starting to sell them. It's one of the most convenient places to do it. That it? More or less, yes. Let's report our findings to Malady.
Aren't you supposed to be off learning how to become the divine and whatnot?
Her eyes flash with some.
But never mind. We better focus on the task.
She looks straight ahead, ignoring you.
Shame I had to leave the stone garden behind. I feel so at home among the graves.
20,000 for the source orbs. I mean, we don't have to buy all of them, no matter what. Oh, restoration. Electric discharge. Yeah, sure. We use them that occasionally. We're more or less interested in divine loot. Something a little bit weaker might do in here and there, but usually no. Critical hit chance, intelligence, dual wielding, accuracy. Basically, intelligence and critical hit chance are the only interesting things. Nothing all that interesting again. Katie Wood pants. The wrong type of pants, also fairly unremarkable abilities. Nice looking shield. Uninteresting abilities. There was also a divine shield with Jahan, so I'm not particularly interested in what a lesser shield that doesn't seem to do anything special. Very interested in the new belt. I wish it would just have some sort of skills instead of the typical bartering and telekinesis crap. Combat related skills. Fever initiative. A little bit too similar to what we already have. Amulets without rune slots are not really interesting to me. Giant masterwork ones. Movements. We should buy these. At least a masterwork one. We have frames for it too. Maybe frost. Frost is probably intelligence. And then a couple of source orbs. That'll cover the basics. We can always buy more. And we always loot more occasionally. The real thing that we need is maybe pyroclastic eruptions and apotheosis. Everything else is sort of nice to have, but I don't really need. The super earth spell on a scroll and ability to wave away the source point cost of spells, so we could bombard targets with multiple super spells for a turn or two. That's basically the goal. But there aren't that many fights where that's necessary. Puppet beads. We need those, and no one's selling them yet. Once they come on sale, then yeah, I'll recheck the situation. Soulforge, Lohars, 2-handed source hammer. Reaver axe, 2-handed piece of crap. 2-handed axe, not care. Staff, crap. We have two daggers that have some use. The one with the thievery and the one with twisted, ruptured tendons. An OK wand with a rune slot. I think we are demanding a rune slot on the whatever weapons we're gonna use, because we can raise our attributes through that. It'll be at least 15% of extra magical damage each. So not a minor thing. It's a lot of skills. Intelligence, pyrokinetic, necromancer, summoning. Limited summoning is unwanted. Armor type isn't exactly perfect, but what is? Rubbish. Just outright rubbish. Same here. This might be okay, I guess. Imrak. An OK ring, but just an OK ring. Bartering belt, perseverance. No, 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 no. We already have a thieving belt too. Destroyer's gloves. Never gonna use these. I think I'll just store some of the unique items. I always feel bad about just selling them away. At the same time, there's no denying that they're a gigantic piece of crap for the most part. Witch summoning bartering. Oh, it's another bartering item. We already have a bartering item though. But this is Retribution Hydrosophist bartering, wit summoning bartering, so +2 wits would be very welcome at this point. But summoning is ass. At least for us. That's it. Not quite enough to pay for our purchases, but close enough. And now we know the equipment situation, so it hasn't been drastically altered in any way. Also, most of our items don't hold any kind of runes really. So if we could change any of that, that would be amazing. Still, skill books first.
Perhaps we'll have matters to discuss again later.
Chain lightning. Closed circuit. Thunderstorm. The storm rages in the target area, hitting enemies with lightning bolts, each dealing about 350 air damage. Requires arrow surge 5, which we have. This is key. These will be useful, really useful, when we start to be able to get rid of the source cost. It doesn't matter if we spend every coin we have in order to get these, that's fine. There should be other new spells. Tornado. Pyroclastic eruption. Multiple oil-filled rocks erupt from the caster at all enemies in the area. On impact, they create oil surface and deal 900 plus earth damage. And they have 3-meter explosion radiuses, so they're basically like a corpse explosion, except you can do them on living creatures, if that makes sense. So potentially this is a insane amount of earth damage you can dump on a group of people. Not all that useful against a powerful opponent though. We could reduce the cost to 2 points against a powerful opponent. 2 action points. Still, it's a very nice spell to have, probably. But that's one of the things that we can do from a scroll. The components are very rare though, so not many times, but still. It would be just the basic action point cost, which would be 2 on a proper surface. Meteor's Shower. Yeah, I gotta take it. Fire damage on weapon skills. Don't care. I use it so infrequently. Borderline, not at all. Flaming Crescendo. Curse the target to explode after 1 turn or on death, dealing fire damage in a 3-meter radius. The damage itself isn't bad, it's the delay that's the problem with this. I'm not particularly interested. Water. Hailstorm. Can I get the cryo spell now? Yeah, no, it's Icebreaker. What the hell was I? There was something else I was thinking. Deep Freeze, right. It's incredibly expensive to use. Even with a reduction, it's 3 action points. But I think the main benefit of this is that when the magic armor is shattered, it automatically freezes the target instead of just chilling it, so that you don't have to have a follow-up attack to do that. As long as it goes through magic armor, the target is played out of the fight. Icebreaker is the better one by far. Single action point and you'll do like 1000 points of damage. 40,000 just for this shit though. It's worth it. It is definitely worth it though. Worth every penny. Strength Warfare, Huntsman, Necromancer. Not bad, but I prefer the one we have currently. Warfare, Hydrosophist, Summoning. Why does it have to be summoning? Anything else but summoning, please. Wits, Huntsman, Scoundrel, Hydrosophist, Arrow of the Urge. They're all useful. It is the wrong type of armor, but it more or less has everything the current helmet has, plus Huntsman, plus Scoundrel, plus 2 levels of Hydrosophist. So, yeah, I think we're thinking of switching. $46,000 for this. What are we still lacking? This is all the basic elements. We're not lacking any of the super spells anymore. Just take it all. 36,000 left. Not enough for good upgrades. And we don't really have the error skills yet. Memory is starting to look a lot more valuable at this point. We will have to probably invest in at least, I'd say, 4 extra memory slots, something along those lines. That way we might have to make some selections, but we can at least make sure that we can have 2 to 3 damage types in a single fight that are all covered. Right, the Thunderstorm lasts 2 turns. Area of effect is larger than anything else. By a decent margin too. It's like the good version of the Bloodstorm spell. Still now what? Next point has to go to Geomancy. Or Pyrokinetic. Pyrokinetic is something we can do already. Save. John. Is Hanak still here? She'll have spells, but we already got all the interesting spells.
My hero, I'm grateful.
Yeah, this is all stuff I've sold to her. And I don't think we're missing anything. No, she does not have the new spells anymore.
She offers you a grateful smile.
I bid you farewell.
We want to switch some spells though. Superconductor is nice, but we're really not using this all that often. Same with Dazing Bolts, to be fair. I'm leaning more toward cold damage. I want Icebreaker. It's a lot of damage for a single action point. Deep Freeze is probably, I don't know, maybe in specialty fights. We didn't get anything new interesting in the fire lineup. And we already have two of the better ones. There are no good polymorph spells that we really want. Not really. We cannot get all of them in scroll form. There might be some in Scoundrel lineups and things like that, but we don't really have the skills. Right, Jahan. I'm not sure if I want to go through the... shit. I'll talk with Jahan and leave things there. We have to do other things too. Because we might want to steal from some of the traders. We're not looking out to fight, but thievery would be very, very welcome in a lot of ways. We could get back some of the money we've lost too. We still only have the equipment to do it. I'm holding the current equipment mainly so I have an easy comparison when I'm doing shopping.
The city of Arcs awaits. I think I'll catch myself an archdemon come Lucian's Day.
Initiative and intelligence. As long as it's at a rune slot, that's the important part. Right. The guide's leg armor. As an armor piece is a straight up upgrade. Wit's initiative, it's a straight up upgrade. I just don't know if it's worth 7,000 gold. It's +2 initiative basically, and extra armor. That's it. Most of the other abilities are totally irrelevant. Good shield. Reflects 40% of melee damage as physical damage. That's nice. Poison on contact leaders, but again, they're all the wrong abilities. Ooh, that's actually a fairly good shield, and it has +4 initiative. Yeah, it's an outright superior shield +4 initiative, and it's fairly cheap compared to the Divine Protector. The rest is sort of mixed bag. Yeah, I'll gladly take the shield. Just paying everything with cash. $39 initiative, 43 initiative. And I don't see any reason we could possibly want the shield back ever. We might as well sell
The
it.
city of Arcs awaits. I think I'll catch myself an archdemon come Lucian's Day.
Same with the helmet, very likely. Right, I'll leave things here. Next time we'll go on a wrapping up the quests. Maybe going to the fishery to get components for our lineup of frost scrolls, things like that. I want to talk to the Magister here, see if we can report anything. If not, we might as well sell the source weapons away too.
Here I still am, yes? Have you anything to report? They're rat bastards. Hid 'em right under our very noses. A marvellous find indeed. But I don't suppose you actually... A pity. This smuggler... I trust I'll... Speaking of loyalty...
100 gold, no experience. Whoopie fucking do. Still. Thievery gear, trading. How much is it? Thievery 3? Are you kidding me? Did I lose that? I lost a talent. No, that gives you Lore Master. Right, I have absolutely the wrong gear on for thievery. Extra bartering isn't gonna hurt us either. Right, thievery 6. It's such a massive amount of stuff we can get from the targets that it's worth the switch, and we're not specifically looking for any kind of meaningful upgrade to anything at the moment. Right. So wrap up session, then we'll close this chapter.